This summer, our campus also welcomed our new president, Dr. Colleen Hanycz. We are so lucky to have her here with us on campus, and now, here to welcome you all, President Colleen Hanycz.
Good afternoon, Musketeers. How is everyone doing? Good? You've cooled down a little bit. The hottest day in the history of Cincinnati, right here on Xavier's campus. Before we begin, I want to reach out on behalf of all of you and offer a huge Xavier thank you to the most incredible and amazing move crew ever to help. I understand that our move crew is taking a little break, getting ready for the rest of Manresa, drinking a lot of water, and perhaps face down in a dark room after what they've been through the last 2 days. So what a day or two you have had. If you live in this region, it probably meant a very early morning start, or maybe a trip to Cincinnati that began 2 days ago or 2 weeks ago. You've loved bags and boxes and cushions and furniture. And did I mention the fridges? A lot of fridges. By estimate, over 1,000 fridges, in fact. And now, here you are in our remarkable Xavier University community. A heartfelt welcome to the families and friends who are also with you today. Parents, grandparents, guardians, siblings. I know that today is bittersweet. My husband and I have now sent all 3 of our children off to college, and it is a moment of happiness woven with sadness. You're full of pride, but full of longing too. And you look at that young man or that young woman here today, ready to strike out on their own. And if you're like me, all you can see is the little baby that was wrapped up and placed in your arms just a few years ago. I mean, really, it just feels like yesterday. So, let me thank you for trusting us with these beautiful children of God. We are honored by your confidence, and I promise you that we are committed to continuing the tremendous work that you began 17, 18, or 19 years ago. So students, why is today so special? Well, yesterday or today, you arrived on this campus with all of your stuff, and you met your roommate, perhaps for the first time, or if you're a commuter student, you connected with new friends. And today, you may even have met some of your classmates or suite mates or hall mates, maybe someone in your program, maybe someone on your sports team. But guess what else is special about today? Today, we claim you as our own. Today, we claim you as Xavier Musketeers. Today, we claim you as members of this remarkable Xavier family. You heard from Grace about the story and the way her life has evolved since she sat in the chairs that you are sitting in. Today, we recognize that we are so much better simply because you are here. The Greek philosopher Heraclitus once said that you can never step in the same river twice. It changes too rapidly. Everything is constantly changing around us, and we are being impacted by that change, and we are impacting that change at the same time. So just as you can never step in the same river twice, you can never sit where you sit today twice. In 4 years, I will meet you again in this place, except that we will all be wearing caps and gowns, and this place, this incredible community, will be dramatically different because you chose Xavier and Xavier chose you. The 4 years ahead will be filled with transformative moments if you are open to change and to God working in you and through you. And when we meet again in this place in 4 years, this campus by then will have been covered in your handprints, and those indelible reminders of your presence and your impact will never disappear. And in a similar way, as we greet one another here again in 4 years, you will be covered in the marks of this community that today claims you as our own, and those will also be indelible. This community will care for you, will support you, will celebrate and grieve with you, and each one of us will commit to preparing you for a world that desperately needs your leadership. But most importantly of all, when we meet again in this place in 4 years, and we will, actually in 1,368 days, put that date in your calendars, and even though we will all be so very different, what is amazing is that we will forever recognize one another and know one another as members of the same family. And so again today, Musketeers, we claim you as our own, and we invite you to step into this fast-moving river and join the unique Xavier family. Welcome. So, thank you. I've actually got a little bit more to say. As you heard, my name is Dr. Colleen Hanycz, and on July 1st, just a few days ago, I too began my Xavier journey as your 35th president. My family and I come from Toronto, Ontario. We're Canadians. You can hear it sometimes in my voice. And yes, we like the snow, so today is really not a good day for us. In 1985, I sat in a similar seat in a different arena as a college freshman at St. Michael's College at the University of Toronto and continued my educational journey as a history major. A few years after that, I went to law school, and on the day that I graduated, I was so excited for one thing more than anything else, because I knew that I was finally finished with college, and never again would I ever do another exam or be in another college lecture room. I would never study or have to do any of that anymore because I was ready for the big world. Well, that was not how it played out. I practiced as a litigator in Toronto for a number of years, but started missing school. So I then completed my graduate work in law and began my next career as a law professor. And after a bit, I was appointed to my first college presidency in Canada. And then, after 7 years there, my family and I packed up all of our stuff and our 4 dogs. We have 4 dogs. And we moved from Canada to Philadelphia, where I served as the president of LaSalle University for the past 6 years. And so now, here we are, you and me, starting the next leg of our shared journey. I hope that you will allow me to join you as an honorary member of the class of 2025. And I also hope that you will be open to it when your plans change and are not exactly what you thought they were going to be. Students, what you may not quite yet know is that you have joined a remarkable community of men and women who are singularly focused on your development and on preparing you for what comes next in your lives. And so, what exactly are you doing here? So let me share a little story that might help with that. One day, following the Great Fire of London in 1666, no, I was not born then, 3 bricklayers were working on a scaffold. A famous architect of the day, Christopher Wren, asked the first bricklayer, "So what are you doing?" And that bricklayer replied, "I'm a bricklayer. I suppose I'm working hard to lay bricks so I can feed my family." When asked the same question, the second bricklayer replied, "I'm a builder, and I'm building a wall." Well, finally, Christopher Wren asked the third bricklayer on the scaffold what he was doing, and that bricklayer got this far-off look in his eye, and he looked up to the heavens and responded with a gleam, "I am building a tremendous cathedral, 1 brick at a time." Ladies and gentlemen, as you enter into your studies and your life at Xavier, at times it will feel like you are simply adding bricks to a wall, 1 at a time, doing your readings, going to class, writing papers, writing lab reports, hitting deadlines. Try not to lose sight that each one of those bricks is a step along the way to building a cathedral. So what else can I tell you about this remarkable community of cathedral builders that you have chosen? One of the characteristics that makes us distinctive is the fact that we are a Jesuit institution, one of 27 Jesuit universities in the United States. We were founded by the Society of Jesus, an order of Catholic priests that was started by St. Ignatius Loyola. You will hear much more about him in the days ahead. But I want to share with you a couple of key Jesuit values that animate the work that we do at Xavier. And I know that a number of family members here today, because I've met so many of you over the last 2 days, are Xavier alumni. So where are the Xavier alumni here? Let's see a show of hands. Yep, there you are. There you are. Welcome home. This will be a little reminder for you. First of all, we are committed to cura personalis. This is Latin and means caring for the person. The Jesuits have a special way of caring. They invite us to care for the whole person, mind, body, spirit, in the classroom, in the yard, in the pool, beyond the campus, as each of us is a child of God. So when we make decisions at Xavier, sometimes balancing competing interests, we are always focused on the caring for the entire person, the you, the whole you, the entire you. You will also hear us speak of the Ignatian value of finding God in all things. If we believe that in fact we all come from God and that we are each daughters and sons of God in God's own image, then we are also the face of God to one another. Even when we disagree or we're in conflict, for Jesuits and at Xavier, we encourage our students and one another to search for God, to find God in everything and everyone around them. Another value and another Latin word is magis. This word means the more, the greater, the better quality. The idea that we will always seek to make decisions and follow directions that lead to the more, the better, and the greater for God and for the common good. And finally, Musketeers, you will hear again and again that at Xavier, we are men and women for and with others. God has a plan for each one of us, and part of that plan is for us to serve those around us. Sometimes as students, you will be called to put aside your own wants so that you can help a friend study or a struggling classmate to get over the finish line. You will be called to stand in solidarity with our neighbors near and far. And if we are truly seeking God in all things and committed to magis, then it naturally makes sense that we will look for that spirit and that opportunity to serve those around us. In fact, the spirit of magis invites us to be the very best that we can be so that we can be most helpful to others. Students, you are going to find this is a community that will invite you to become the best possible version of yourself. As you continue on your journey, we will ask you to confront the difficult questions of your day, and there are many, and to commit yourself to justice in the world and to make this globe, this human world and earth that we share, a better place than you found it to be. And we will walk with you on that journey. Your faculty will walk with you. Our staff will walk with you. Your coaches will walk with you. Our groundskeepers will walk with you. Those who serve you your meals in the dining hall will walk with you. Other students will walk with you. Our neighbors near and far will walk with you, and I will walk with you. And together, we will all make this journey all for one and one for all. All for one and one for all. So let me now introduce Dayton Ward and call him back to the podium. So for the parents, grandparents, families, and friends who are with us today, way up in the top, hi everyone, hello. Shortly, you will take leave of these beautiful young people, and they will head out into their activities as they join our community and continue Manresa. And you will head to your cars that will feel a little bit emptier in many ways than they felt this morning. But after you say goodbye to your new musketeer, and before you head out, we invite you to join us for a reception in the banquet rooms located on the 3rd floor here in this building, the Cintas Center. And now, musketeers, we move to the final tradition of this moment. Parents, grandparents, family members, supporters, we will bless with you the child you will soon leave here in our care. And new students, we will bless with you your parents and family members who have brought you to this moment in your lives. So, Let us begin by parents or grandparents or other supporters. Please reach out and place a hand of blessing on the young person you have brought here today. And I would ask that everyone else gathered here, please join me in extending your hand of blessing over these young people. May you be powerfully loving and lovingly powerful. May love be your guide with family, friends, and colleagues. May you listen carefully to your own heart and to the heart of others. May you have the strength to overcome fear and pride and follow instead what has heart and meaning for you. May you be an active, committed, positive force in your community. May you show respect to people of all ages and races and help make a better world for the poor, the sick, the elderly, and the young. May you constantly bring your gifts and talents forward every day without hesitation, without reservation, and without expectation of reward. May you know every day how grateful I am to God for the gift of you, and know as well in your heart the depth of my own love for you. Amen. Amen. And now, students, please place a hand of blessing on your parents, your grandparents, siblings, friends, your supporters. You don't have enough hands, I know. And also, students, please recall those who could not be with you today for any number of reasons, but who helped to get you here. May you know how grateful I am for all that you have done for me, for the lessons you have taught me, for the love you have shown me, for the comfort that you have provided me. Never forget how much of you I carry forward with me into this new chapter in my life. I go into it with a mix of excitement and fear, for I do not know what the future may bring. But I go into it confidently because of you. May you always trust in the work that you have done in me, for your ideals are now my ideals, and your hopes are my hopes. Always remember that I am growing into them just as you are. And as we grow together, we will meet in a new way, on a new and higher ground as friends and as equals. But for all of that, I will always be yours. May God always bless you and give you all the best of gifts until we meet again. Amen. Thank you.